My name is Carina Gardner, and I'm what you would call a practical designer. If you're ready to create a life that you love, become an incredible force for good, and generate income while pursuing your dreams, this is the podcast for you. Welcome to Make and Design. It's the new year, and this is when I'm thinking about New Year's resolutions, and hopefully you've already been working on some as well. One thing that I sometimes don't do very good at, though, is making sure that I choose resolutions that will enhance my life, not just make it better from a financial or spiritual or temporal, like all those things kind of standpoint. And so I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about some of the New Year's resolutions I've been putting into place that the goal is to give myself a little something extra, that little oomph that maybe I have not been so good at in previous years. So one of the things that you'll see happen as you build your art or your design business is you'll find yourself rather consumed with all the things that need to happen to make it go. So for many of you, it might be working on number of products. Maybe it's really enhancing your education so that you can build out a really good portfolio. Maybe it's going to school. Maybe it's, I mean, there's so many things, right? It's upping our content creation or building the brand piece. It's figuring out platforms so we can build better audiences. So there's all of these things that take up a really amazing amount of time when you own a business. And I wanted this year to be a little different for me. So you guys know I'm CEO of 3 companies, and 2 of them take up an enormous amount of time. And that would be the University of Arts and Design and then Design Suite. And those are 2 educational programs. My design business, ironically, the thing I teach is that once you've done a lot in it, you can just go. And so for years, for the last 3 years now, I think I haven't been designing very much for it. It's just been going. And if anything, we've just been working on platforms and just audience and those kinds of things to make more money. So, the education pieces have taken up a lot of time. And when I really did a time audit on what I did in 2024, I realized just how in depth I spent working on educating other people, spending time on coursework. We came out with so much new coursework in both Design Suite and the university to make it better. And because of that, I'm so proud of the programs that we've created because we know that they help people. We see that people get the education that they wouldn't have gotten anywhere else. And because of this, it's just been super fulfilling. And so I feel super grateful for what 2024 was. I mean, starting the university itself was quite a big undertaking. I don't know, unless you've done it, could you understand what it really takes to create a full-fledged licensed university, and so that that by itself was quite a bit of work. And so I find myself kind of deprived in my own, in my own space of doing creative work the way I used to do it. As a designer, as someone who's spent most of her career designing, I spent most of my time creating the actual papers, the actual surface patterns, the actual, all the things. And I really haven't had those luxuries for the last couple of years. And I say luxuries because many of you are building your businesses right now. I'm telling you, like, doing the design work or the artwork, that's the beauty, guys. Like, really enjoy it. Because that's what makes that business go. And you get to really delve into what's fulfilling you. And so in 2025, one of the main goals I set was to create art, not just design work, but artwork every single week. And it's okay to not finish the artwork if I only have an hour to work on it or whatever it is. And that's okay. I've told myself that's okay. And so you're going to see me sharing some of this on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/Carina Gardner. If you want to go subscribe over there, you're going to see a lot of different things this year coming out of us because I've chosen to do this year quite a bit differently. In years past, I have really, it's been business building and making sure that we're we were visible, and that, the education is par none, like that. It's just amazing. This year, I am spending a lot of time in simplification and getting back to my roots. And so you're going to see that I'm spending more time being creative myself, doing the artwork that really brings me fulfillment and joy. And I'll be sharing some of that on my YouTube channel. And I'm doing it more as a hobby rather than selling, which I know that a lot of you probably have been doing it as a hobby first, and now you're getting into the selling piece. I'm kind of going backwards because I've spent so many years in the selling piece that I'm not 100% sure how to do something as a hobby anymore. And you might not have that problem, but I promise you I do. And so we're going to start it as a hobby and then make some decisions about what I'm going to do with it. Do we want to sell the pieces? Do we want to keep the pieces? Do I want to, showcase them? And I think a lot of this was really inspired by our Masters of Fine Arts program. So this MFA has an amazing accumulating project that you get to do at the end of it. And it's not necessarily business related. You get to make a series of projects or work on a really big project. And I was like, man, I wish I had time to do that. And I really thought, Carina, you get to choose what you get to do with your life. So if that's something you really want to do, then you just have to carve out the time to do it. And that is what I've decided to do, to carve out the time to do it. So if you want to follow that journey with art, feel free to go check out my YouTube channel to see what I'm going to be doing there. Some of my other New Year's resolutions really center less on work and more on family. That's something else, especially as 2 kids are graduating and moving forward, that I want to spend more time in relationship building, and not just with my family, but with people in my life. So I have specifically scheduled time on my calendar with my Utah mastermind, and then 2 of my best friends. I have time on the calendar for them in February, time on my calendar in April to meet up with another group of girlfriends that are also CEOs. And so there is definitely like a work mix with pleasure situation, but trying to find time for people in my life so that I can build up those relationships. Because really at the end of the day, as I kind of look at everything that I have going on, I'm like, what's the most important things to me? And it always comes back to those relationships. So that kind of gets me very, very excited to kind of do things that like fill up my cup so that I can be a better owner, a better business person, and a better CEO and designer. And I guess the last message I want to leave for you is this very one of filling up your cup. Do what's going to fill you up. As much as possible, do what's going to fill you up. I think this is a really important thing, especially as women. We tend to give to other people instead of filling ourselves up. And I think it's because we feel like it might be selfish. But I find that when I'm filled up, I give so much better to everybody else. And I think that this last year, I've felt a little depleted. And the time has come that I need to fill myself up so I can continue to give more. And I think I can give more. But the only way to do that is to also fill myself up as I go. So I am really excited to know what your New Year's resolutions are going to be. If you want to connect, my Instagram is probably the best place to do it, at Carina Gardner. And I hope that you are filling your cup up this year.
Did you know you have access to more free design content, die cut files, and sewing patterns? Join our exclusive VIP group for free by going to designsweetcourses.com/free.